Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the Lunchtime Market Update for Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. This update is sponsored by Positive Trends Research. Before we get started, just a reminder that everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. All right, let's take a look and see where we're at in the market here today. So, wow, very narrow range day today. Slight gap down today in the market and just very, very choppy at these levels. Looks kind of vulnerable here, but it is still holding the upward trend line, right? So the trend is up until bullish until proven otherwise. The range today is only 7.41. That would be a very, very narrow range if it closed that way, but chances are it's not going to. We have Fed minutes coming up this afternoon, so we'll take a look and see what happens at that time. So keep an eye on that 2 o'clock this afternoon, Fed minutes. So also there's impeachment hearings going on, and there's still some banter going on back and forth, between the Hong Kong riot type things and the global times, things like that. So we'll see if that kind of shakes things up right now. Right now, the SPX is sitting at the lower end of its 15 orb range, but very, very choppy range today. So let's take a look at some of the ones that did move today. So Target was a big one. We pointed this out this morning on the live stream and part of our group. So one of the key things that happen here is, right, not only do we track key candles, right, and key breakout moves here. You can see we had a pre-market level right here that broke out. But one of the things we look at too, and we've talked about this before, is the way we hold the lows of the pre-market box. So that gave a nice entry here from about 119 to about 125. So that was a pretty huge move on Target. But notice the difference between Target and Lowe's. So Lowe's gave a big move up this morning as well. Let's see when this pulls up here. Big move up, but it never pulled back to the low of this morning, right? It gave a little bit of a pop this morning. We pointed out that momentum move very early on, but it was about a 1 point move, very, very quick here, very challenging with options, but still possible. So that was one of the big ones today. Another one that was interesting is CGC. Oops, excuse me. CGC gave a nice 15 orb breakout this morning. I love the pullback here with the double inside 15 at the 15 orb high for another break to the upside. So that was a great one right there. And we saw a little bit of weakness in URBN this morning in the Urban Outfitters. It tried to do a reversal this morning pretty quickly, and it just basically is holding the upper end of that range right now. So a little bit of weakness here in that reversal attempt. Other than that, there was some interesting moves this morning. NVIDIA gave a pretty powerful inside 15 this morning breakout to break out its 15 orb high, and then tagged a couple of our levels right here. So we had a prior inside day level right here with the closing gap above, which is targeting right now. So that was a pretty amazing move right there. And we're actually going to write a little bit more about this in the newsletter this weekend, because there were some fascinating setups that occurred deep within that range that really gave us a opportunity for a great entry on that one. So we saw that this morning. That was good. Roku, of course, gave a strong move right at the open. Some folks that like to trade off of those momentum moves off of the pre and after market boxes right there were able to capitalize that in our group today and gave a nice move up as we tagged the closing gap and could not close above it today and came back down here, and we're not right now below the 15 orb level this morning. So Tesla was starting to gap up a little bit this morning. We saw some weakness here at the open, so that was a 15 orb breakdown on Tesla. So just some key moves off of our watch list. It was a pretty choppy day, all in all, but still some great moves from our go-to list. So that's always good. So we're going to keep an eye out today to see if the Fed minutes shake things up a little bit, and of course we're going to look and see if any comments come out of the impeachment hearings that could possibly affect the market. So we're going to be looking at that. And other than that, a little more retail coming up tomorrow, but we'll talk about more on the market recap later. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your trading day, and we'll talk to you later. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you soon.